Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Sword of the Stars with me, your host Tim. Now let's get back to it. I think where we left off, we were about to get, assuming my scientists don't go over budget again, about to get fusion. I'm looking forward to that. We also get to see how well we're doing in the grand scheme of things. And, hey, we're still number one. Awesome. But that's probably going to become more and more difficult to hold on to, since these two are allied, and we're losing rep with them. We may have to team up with the children, honestly.
System update.
Okay, so I think we're all done with this turn, as usual. I know I just played the game, was it 2 days ago? Or yesterday? It was 2 days ago. But I never remember what it was I was doing when I load back into this again. So let's take a quick peek. So, I think... Where's my ticket taker? Okay, yeah, that proves to me that we were done with this turn. So we're all set, I think. And our research is 2 more turns. Can I make it next turn? No, I cannot. Okay. So 2 more turns till fusion. We probably should have gone for faster than light economics first, just as a heads up. So fusion's important because it gives us, I believe, a stronger engine section. And it makes all my ships faster and have more strategic speed. It's really useful. You're in the mid-game once you've got that, basically. Faster than light economics is really important because you need it to increase your economy to decent amounts in the mid-game as well. I usually go for fusion first, but I probably should be going for FTL economics first because it's quicker, I think, to get that than fusion. And thus you can begin taking advantage of it while you research fusion. So we are delaying even more. We're probably going to fall behind the AI in terms of tech unless we can continuously colonize other planets. Alright, let's end our turn and see what happens to us.
System update. We have made a breakthrough, Vakona.
Oh, nice! Our scientists finished it a turn early. Awesome. Thank you guys very much. Alright, so we arrived at Passum 2. Our Theta fleet. Oh, this must have returned here to refuel. Is the only thing I can think of. This is the 2-pile defense fleet. So let's leave you here at the moment. And I'm probably going out some other place to colonize another planet. We probably should end up colonizing Volans too. Alright, anyway. We built a ship down here in Mintar. What was it? That was probably its defenses. Would be my guess. Alright, so Mintar's then done. We have a newt going through deep space to explore there. We built 3 ships here at Archon. Oh, okay, we're going somewhere. Oh, and these were the ships they built. Okay, where was I attempting to colonize? Was it over here? Was it Altair? Ooh, 7,000 resources in Altair makes that a good planet to go and get. There's Cassandra. That's really expensive, though. Nakabe would be a good one to go to. Is that what I was... Is that what I was going to go for? Or there was... Oh, there's Orcus. Am I building more ships here? I am. Okay, we'll try to get to Orcus. That is definitely a planet for me, since the Murogi can't really colonize it. It's on the edge of their colonization, their climate hazard preferred meter thing. Sor built a ship. That was, I think, that was a large newt. And this is because Grim Aegis is going to be heading out towards what must be their home planet. Here. Ixahatos. That has to be their home planet. It must be it. But I need to be able to get back. Because if that's not it, then I've arrived for no reason. So I need a few more large newts. I need enough that I can have a 48 range. And 2 more newts might do it. Okay, we'll keep building those 2. We built 3 ships down here at Bob. Looks like we're sending this fleet. Oh, this is the Haikus Defense Fleet. Okay, so that tells me what it's designed for. And we have these scaled anoles as extras. Those are coming over here. And we'll just get them out onto the field. That's still not right. Come on, game. There we go, perfect. Okay, and this is going to Hyricius, which is there. Okay. A size 7. Not a lot of resources, though, so we're probably not going to over-harvest there.
Cartographer, chart the path.
Well, no, we should. But the moment we begin losing like 20 or 50, up to like 40, we're going to stop over-harvesting. We built a ship at Parentar. This is a large newt for some reason. Oh, I see why. Because Iron Spear is returning. That's fine. After we attacked Thieves. Fusion tech has been completed. We'll take a look and see what that buys us. We now have orbital dry docks, which allows us, I think, to build... Yes. Enclosed construction bases for efficient building of very large ships in orbit. Reduces the construction cost of cruisers and dreadnoughts by 5%. I think you need this to research star bases as well, and there's a variety of starbase types you can make as well. Science just wants to hold the planet with even more defensive weaponry and stuff like that. They're all amazing. We also picked up lists like Quantum Chaff? Oh, Wild Weasels. So, this ship allows you to make it look like your fleets are larger than they are. I don't know if it works when you're actually in combat, because I've only built this once, and it was many, many years ago. But it can be neat to... I believe the way it works is that it looks like there's a large fleet coming in. So, that can be useful. But I believe we need to get FTL Broadband. Fast-Light Broadband allows you to observe the combat of allied players. I think we need this to get faster-than-light economics.
We have been given the necessary sum, Varkona.
So we shall begin that. And that's done in 1 turn? Wow, we can go with all this money. And we will do so. We have... Oh, there's a lot more research than that which showed up. So we have Quantum Chaff. Oh, holy crap! X-ray lasers actually unlocked for us. Wow, the best laser type. Oh man, I really want those now, but they can wait because we need better other weapons. And we have different types of fusion ready, and antimatter is the end game speed increase. What does this do? Oh wow, our shuttle speeds improve. We'll want to really consider that. Faster missiles, is that what that does? Faster missiles. And what is this one? Refinement of fusion power physics that allows for greater efficiency, resulting in a small increase in range for all fusion-driven ships. That sounds amazing as well. But I really need faster-than-light economics first. We also got cloaking. Really? That's right, there is cloaking in the game. Cloak-capable ships are visible to other players in tactical and strategic movement. Cloak ships cannot fire. How about that? Okay, we'll have to remember that cloaking is a thing we need to worry about now. We also have a new form of hyperdrive. We can have greater strategic speed and range with that as well. This gave us better strategic range and tactical speed. And that gives us better strategic speed and range. So we will want to research this, shaped hyperfields. Which is interesting, because this also gives us a different back section. How fast? How much? No, we need faster-than-light economics first. That's all there is to it. Okay, so let's now go to our ships that we've designed so far. Because we're going to redesign these ships again. So instead of these having now the pulsed fission, they're going to get fusion. They will get more expensive because of that. But note that their weapon also changes. They now have a medium mount instead of a normal mount. So my hatchery pods...
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Can just take the missile because they're not seeing combat anyway. Here's our light defense platforms. They don't have any drives. We don't need to worry about them. Our new iguanas will get fusion. That gives them a missile turret in the back now. Oh, for the little guys. That's fine. That's fine.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
The geckos will also get fusion. It's kind of a shame for them, but this will work out in the end. And we'll leave them as having a secondary missile as well.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
So our scaled anoles should get fusion. This means that they will get another... Oh. They will get another mass driver put on the back. That's actually interesting. 2 heavy mounts. So these guys should really be able to mix it up in the thick of things. We could give them a missile, which will let them be able to hit the enemy at range, but these things are supposed to just swarm the enemies.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
Our newts can get fusion as well. And it doesn't matter.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Our lampreys as well. Basically, every single ship needs this. Every single one. I don't want missiles on these ships because I don't want to have to try to manage the missiles that they have. We'll also put this onto the 3 weapon group.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
Oh, now this is kind of an awkward shame because I like having all these on the back of the ship. And the moment I change it to fusion, we've lost it. We can still put... Oh, and we can't even put... No, we can't put a turret back there. So we're gonna give it a mass driver because I don't want to have to worry about these ships launching missiles at a planet.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
The same thing happens here. We'll... nope.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
Okay, and now all my ships have fusion. By the way, you can see the differences listed up here. So here, actually, that did have a fusion drive, right? Fusion. So, in this case, this ship has a tactical speed of 65 and a turning speed of 85. With the pulsed fission, it was 50 for tactical speed, so they're significantly faster now in combat. Notice their speed up here as well. Their range went from 6 with a speed of 2 each turn to 10 with a speed of 3.5, almost doubled. That is incredible. Like, really, that's great. And I just realized we have to kind of do this as well. Which means I need to save this.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Make sure I got all the missiles correct. We really should get all the missiles correct. Did I just hit remove? I did. 1 second. So if I go back to tanker. Let me give it these. And a missile. Actually, a hammerhead? Do you need a hammerhead, Tim? You want a strafe section? No, you want a standard command section. I can't believe I just did that.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
And I still forgot to put the freaking missile on the right thing.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Just want to make sure all my missiles are set to weapon group 2. Alright, perfect. And the cruisers? Okay, so our Gila monster will get fusion. So that goes from an 80 speed up to a 90 speed. Wonderful. Wow, these things are really flipping fast. And we will put a missile on the back. We'll set that to 2. And save the design.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
Every single... Oh, wait, this looks like a large section. Is that a large section on the back? That is a large section, I think, not a medium mount. Wow. Okay. We're going to have to research a large weapon after FTL Economics so I can take advantage of this. Like a particle beam or something. I think a particle beam is a medium weapon, but still, I will want something better than a missile for the back.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Okay, then we might as well fix this while we're fixing our missiles.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
Everything moves over to fusion. There is absolutely no reason for us to hold on to the base ships any longer.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Well, and by that I mean there's no reason for us to hold on to the designs anymore, because I'm not going to build the weaker ones any longer. We should probably build... We'll build some point defenses for there. Why don't you put mass drivers on the front of this, Tim? Because it's not supposed to see combat, but enemies have lots of point defenses that we're fighting at the moment. Those missiles will be really kind of useless. Let's go with this at the moment for it, and let's make sure the weapon loadout is correct for our missiles.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
Sorry everyone, if this is taking a while. It's a lot of the game is administrative stuff. I love that.
Yes, Vakona. Ship design ready for construction.
Okay, we now have fusion engines on all of our ships. Wonderful. Now, that was it for this turn. Do I just want to end the turn? I think I probably do. Let's take a look at what we're over-harvesting, if we are over-harvesting anywhere. Garnet. Garnet can over-harvest a little bit longer. It's only losing 42 at the moment. It has close to 5,000 resources. And that looks pretty good. Let's also then check our allies. We're still losing here and here. Kreekrops is engaged with something, because I've seen him. He has lost ships somehow. Okay, let's just gonna keep on keeping on. I can't think of anything else we need to... Oh, we found the humans starting planet at some point. How about that? I am confident that's gotta be the purple player's main planet. This one. I will definitely take a main planet. I've been avoiding the other ones because of how low they are when it comes to resources and what have you. Oh, don't I want Saramooch? It probably already belongs to the Murogi. Let's build a newt.
Yes, Vakona. We'll have the ships out in no time.
To get it there and take a peek at it. It probably belongs to the Murigi. Murigi? I think that's how you say it. I keep pronouncing it dozens of different ways. Alright, let's end our turn. Oh, there's a battle going on. I like to watch this if possible, though I don't know if I'll get a chance to do so. Actually, we can do this and just try not to engage them. Oh, yeah, okay, we're just watching this. Alright then. This works out really well for us.
Power to engines, now.
Hold all the weapons. I don't want to fire on anything.
Coordinates received. Maneuver hyperdrives to full.
I would love to watch them fight. That is an undeployed gate ship. So the Hivers are fighting off the Tarka. The Tarka have cruisers. So I don't think this very small fleet of destroyers the Hivers have is going to win. At all. Those giant green blasts are plasma cannons that the Tarka are firing. They also look like they have particle beams.
Yes, Kandai. Coming about.
We have a non-aggression pact with them. So we can show up here and help them fight the Hivers? I don't know if you want to do that. You don't want to actually assist, because you don't want the Hivers getting angry at you.
Kandai has spoken. Get this ship moving.
Looks like they're investigating me. Go, run, 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 run. We still have 18 more seconds to last. That's the pulsed vision. Looks like they're after that gate ship of the Hivers. It's very important that they destroy it. These missiles fired from the planet should be able to do so, though. Otherwise, the Hivers can deploy it next turn, and then begin bringing more reinforcements to this planet of the Tarkas. Can we flee? We can.
We will live to report, Kandai.
Awesome. That should hopefully give us some technology on the Tarka as well that we're here. And we'll just speed up the time because this battle's over for us. Can we actually... We can just go watch their ship for the last two minutes of this. We have been defeated.
System update. The mystery has been solved, Varkona.
The planet is nearly stripped to the bone, Varkona.
Okay, let's take a look at our research first. We completed FTL broadband. Did that give us what I was hoping for? FTL economics. We really need this. The establishment of systems using faster-than-light communication and travel to facilitate efficient trade systems between friendly worlds. This technology allow an empire the ability to create trade routes and the star freighters to service them. Combined with fusion, this will allow us to build police ships to protect our sectors and maintain morale. We'll want those police cutters as well. Let's begin researching it immediately.
Your word is law, Varkona. Research in this area begins now.
And we can get it in 2 turns, so we will attempt to do exactly that. We have space jammers and spy beams as well now for FTL systems. That's awesome. Alright, let's come back here and go to our ticker. So we arrived at Ilona. That's not a bad planet. Oh, I've already marked it, so this must be a planet I wanted to go to. Okay. Malthus Scout arrived at another Fenlaw planet. This is perfectly fine. We're going to leave here now.
Your word is law, Varkona.
We arrived at Medea, and that is another, also a Fenlaw planet. Oh, we fled. This was the one we fled from. The children looked like they had been here. They arrived and then were kicked off by Fenlaw. We arrived at Adina, another Fenlaw planet. He's all over the place here.
Our path is clear. Engaging warp engines.
Actually, we can move much closer, Tim.
The Armada moves as one.
We built 3 ships at Archon, and now I think I know where we're going. So we wanted to go to... where was it? No. Darn it. Wasn't this planet? There it is. We want to go down there. To Laona. A size 5, it's probably worth the effort to colonize it. So it's down there, Tim. Oh, but wait, we only built one newt. There's no way that's going down there. So no, that is not where we wanted to colonize. It must have been Orcus? Assuming Fenlaw doesn't have it already. We can make it there, but we won't be making it... And we can make it back if need be, too.
Cartographer, chart the path.
Zor built another large newt. The old type, but I'm fine with that. We still need, looks like another 2 newts.
We will build as you command, Valkona.
Cetus built a single newt. The new version, actually. Let's get them over here.
Departing now, Varkona.
Garnet? We can let this go like another 2 turns, and then we'll need to stop harvesting here. What else do I need to be doing at the moment? We have Iron Spear returning. Whatever happened to the bug hunters? Are they still around, or did I get rid of them? Bug hunters are returning as well. That's right. I'm just going to scrap all of them. Speaking of, well, not speaking of, but let's look at Fenlaw a little bit. Since we were there at a battle of his, we're able to see what he has. So we've seen green lasers being used. He has recombat fissionables. That's back from his fission days, though. That won't help him in fusion. He has fusion already. He has cruisers, which we've seen. Data synergy, so he can field extra large fleets. He has orbital foundries. His ships also have polyester, I can't pronounce that, polysilicate alloys, which means that his ships they have stronger hulls against mass drivers. And the children have faster-than-light economics. I don't know how we picked that up, but we totally did. And reflective coating. This makes them more resistant to laser weaponry. And we've seen a few of their ships now as well. We haven't seen... Okay, the green, I guess, was not plasma weaponry, but green lasers instead. So, their ships are kind of resistant, but not very powerful. They are using fusion engines. What type of missiles are they firing? Fusion warheads, so they have powerful missiles. Okay, that's all good to know. Okay, let us end our turn again. Unless, is there anything else I should be doing? I think I want to take this planet, right? I think I really do. So we need a fleet able to go down there. So who was that going to be? Bob. Bob can build another group to head over there. So we'll build a newt. And then we'll build some hatchery pods.
Yes, Vakona. We'll have the ships out in no time.
We'll do the same thing on Serenity to assist it in creating a decent starting group.
You heard him.
Colony.
We must increase the fleet.
And that will do it. I'm not going to begin building new ships yet on all my planets until after I've researched the better star drive. Then I'll consider replacing all my defensive fleets with better ones. Realistically, though, that won't happen for some time. These defense fleets' sole purpose is now to stop von Neumann probes. If we're under threat of attack, we'll switch to different types of things instead. What the heck did I just say? If we're under threat of attack from an enemy AI, a different AI player, I will begin building stronger fleets at that moment, but I shouldn't need them at this moment.
System update.
Defend Iskat. Iskat is far away. I don't know how you expect me to get there quickly, and I don't have an army able to be sent out to do that. It's probably the children. I have to build a fusion group if I wanted to get there to help them. Which I probably do want to help a potential ally. Okay, let's go... Oh, we didn't... No, that's going to be a few more turns, right? One more turn for FTL Economics. Let's go through the ticket taker first. Prism Scout arrived at Herborn. This is actually a decent planet. We'll mark this. And then we'll... Oh, and the Marigi are there, but they won't be able to colonize that for some time.
Our path is clear. Engaging warp engines.
Sorer built another tanker. And somehow you got put in alphabetical order for the most part. That stinks. Because we're probably going to be engaging them in combat. Heavy combat. And we need another tanker. So next turn we can finally send this out towards what I think is their home planet. Bob, you built some things to help colonize a new place. Let's get them over here. And move you out toward...
The Armada moves as one.
Ilona. The same thing definitely happened over here. I'm not going to rename these fleets since I know what their purpose is and they're moving out directly there.
Cartographer, chart the path.
Uh-oh. The humans are here. At Hykius. And our defense fleet is not going to arrive there before that fleet obviously lands. So we've probably lost that planet. The humans may already be colonizing there. Okay. Then we need to build something to deal with the humans. Okay, Bob. Let's do that then. We'll build a slightly stronger fleet. Well, actually...
We will build as you command, Valkona.
This fleet can arrive there, and if the humans are there, they'll begin moving this towards where they prefer. If they have it colonized, we can bombard their planet directly. I think we're going to need to build something anyway, because we're going to have to deal with missiles, and we don't have a lot of point defenses on my ships here. So let's begin building a fleet to replace the one we're about to send over there. Even if we don't send it there, we can send it to Ilona as a defense fleet if need be. So let's start by building the standard things.
Shipyards at your disposal, Valkona.
And why don't we give some money to Kreekrops? We'll give him, I don't know. We'll give him this for 2 turns. Make sure it doesn't cut to my research. It did not. Okay, that is good. Let us end our turn. We should be able to win this fight, honestly. So we'll do that battle. We've arrived here. We've arrived here. Oh, they're fighting each other. I think we'll do this one on purpose, but I don't know how I can tell who the Hyver Expanse versus who the children are. I want to help the children, and not the Hyver Expanse. Although, that's just a little scout. Let's do that fight anyway. I don't want to mess that up. I'm going to mess it up anyway, but I don't want to.
Reinforcements have come.
Okay, now, I want my newts. These are the ones that will be engaging the humans.
Power to engines, now. Joining attack group.
These are my colonists, and I'd rather not have these engage in fighting whatsoever. But, actually, they're gonna have to.
Joining attack group. Attack group responding. We close.
They have to.
As you command, Tycho.
Oh, the planet belongs to the humans! The planet belongs to the humans. We have no choice but to fight them now.
Attack group responding. We close.
At least it's just a destroyer. But these colonist ships are not designed for fighting. At least they have a large volume of fire. We blew up the missile section already, which is very good for us. Yeah, do you see how there's a little bit of beam, little bars up there? The planet is totally owned by the humans. That means we need to, unfortunately, bombard it.
We return to normal stance, Tycho. Attack group responding. Kandai has spoken. Get the ship moving.
Okay, well, there's nothing else really to see, so we're just going to advance time and hope we can wipe the humans out.
Hostile fire, Kandai. As you command, Tycho. We close.
Hopefully they
Tycho.
only...
Destroyer down.
Yeah, we're going to lose ships unless we destroy this planet right now. Okay,
We'll
good.
sweep them aside. Yes, Kandai. Coming about.
The good news is that we can... Oh, the planet itself is hostile to us.
Kandai has spoken.
Then we're
Get the
just...
ship moving.
We're not going to even do anything. We're going to try to escape. Which means that we're just going to wait the 1 minute 50 seconds to do that. And then flee.
Yes, Kandai. Full power to thrust.
Again, our scouts are not designed for any meaningful combat whatsoever. They're just to tell us where the planets are. Well, we know what the planets are, but they're there to tell us which ones are occupied and which ones we want to occupy.
We will live to report, Kandai.
That's a cruiser, I think.
System update. We have made a breakthrough, Vakona.
Loathing does not quite cover how we feel about you. Sorry about that. I wanted that planet. We're already at war. I don't know what you want me to do.
We have settled a new world, Vakona.
Right, Bob Defense Fleet. Let's do the things we're supposed to do. So we arrived at Thundara, and Thundara is only supposed to be there for the Thundercats. That's not a place we're going to. Well, a place we went to, Tim. Stop. Go.
Your word is law, Vakona.
Go to Brawl. Two-Pile Defense Fleet has arrived at Two-Pile. Wonderful. We'll flag it as a guard. And this newt can be moved somewhere else.
Our path is clear. Engaging warp engines.
We're colonizing there. We arrived at Barrack Core and we're blown up, or we fled. We arrived at Tuscana 2 and we're fleeing that planet. We built what I hope will be the final newt for our Sora defense fleet. No, not our Sora defense fleet, this fleet. No, we need one more. We have a range of 47.1. We need another newt.
Yes, Vakona. We'll have the ships out in no time.
This fleet can be renamed. Actually, and yeah, this fleet's going to be sent to Elona, since this fleet should arrive there in 3 turns. Hopefully we'll beat the humans. If the humans were there, that means they have a node line, more likely than not, directly there. So they can get there in like 1 or 2 turns. 2 or 3 turns. Because they travel very quickly down their node lines. Otherwise, they're in standard light travel. Or standard drives. Whatever it's supposed to say. Let's go ahead and manage this fleet. And set it up as usual. And it looks like we actually got our faster-than-light economics, so now it's time to set up our faster-than-light economics, our trade lanes. Now, everyone, this is when I become greatly confused, because I'm not 100% sure how this works. So, we'll cover it at the end of this turn. Alright, so we did research it, which is wonderful. That's unlocked mega freighters and commerce rating. We should have gotten the police cutters, unless that was something that we just earned automatically. I really wouldn't mind knowing this, because this will let us build freighters, which are basically larger. It's the cruiser version of the smaller ships. That will also, if I research this...
Your word is law, Varkona. Research in this area begins now.
That's 4 turns for that to begin benefiting from it. No, we're not going to do that.
We respectfully obey. But we might have emerged victorious, given time.
You would definitely have done that. Okay, why is it taking so long to research some of this stuff? Okay, I wanted some more weaponry. To help my ships out. There's so much we need to research. I also want asteroid mining so we can begin assisting our planets a little better. A little more. I also will want to begin researching some of the technology we haven't even touched yet, like shielding and cloaking. You know, why don't we get... Oh, this is just strategic range, Tim, for plasma focusing. You don't really need this, because you're bringing enough newts with you. See, this would increase the range in which we can... This is strategic range, so this is the movement on in this map. And all that will do is let my ships travel farther without requiring a tanker, which can be very useful for short-range jumps, because this way I don't have to worry about having a tanker. But we can just build a tanker, even a small tanker, like a destroyer, at all my planets if I really want to use these defense fleets to leap around to other places. I don't think it's probably worth researching that, at least not at the moment. Antimatter's out of the question. So, what do I want? We can begin going toward orbital dry docks, which will let us begin building dreadnoughts. We can do some more defensive tech. Or we can instead go down more laser weaponry and begin researching plasma. And or particle beams. Let's go particle beams, because we can then stick this onto our engine mount, since it is a large mount.
This may be the egg we need to crack, Varkona.
And we can't make it 1 turn. So then we'll just make it 2 turns. Oh, right. All the secure stuff. Okay, so we still have to cover all that, don't we? So that was the research. We won the battle there. We killed... Oh, there were only 520 people on the planet. They must have just colonized it, and then we showed up. Okay, so you can only begin doing trade if you have secured sectors. Now, what the heck is a sector? Oh, man, can I even... Here we go. So these are sectors, these squares. That red one over there, this is a non-secured sector because there's things over there which are hostile to us. And thus, we can't actually do trade in that section. These, though, are open, and we can see all the different trading partners who are able to participate there through all their different trade lanes. Now, and of course you can move around and see all the different... This is all people in Sector 1. So we could go over here to Sector... Is it Sector 2? What is this? Do I get a different sector? This is Sector 9, which has different... And it's these 3 planets in Sector 9. And so on and so on. So we could see all of the different sectors and who is able to trade with whom. Now, how on earth can I possibly explain this? Because I myself don't understand this very well. Yeah, we have a lot of sectors as well because of all the planets we currently have. Actually, let's look at that really quick too. So this is a better view of the galactic map. We have a good... Okay, look at the amount of power Fenlaw... Well, is that the right word? Influence? I'm not quite sure what the correct word is here, but we can see that Fenlaw actually has quite a bit of planets all grouped together. We do as well. Everyone is going to end up having something similar to that, of course. So most of what I want to concentrate on is down here. How's our detection range? We have decent detection. Those are all the planets we haven't seen yet, all far away up in that quadrant. Okay, so what are we doing now? We should begin building things to use on our trade lanes. So right now, okay, here we go. Let's see if I can possibly describe it. You'll note that we now have a planetary budget, which is construction or trade. You also note that we have these little bars. As we build ships, so there are 3 trade lanes leaving Sligia here. Our home planet has all of these trade lanes instead. Oh man, I'm about to say a bunch of things and I hope they're all accurate. I also don't like seeing massive fleets arrive. Even if they're not massive fleets, I don't like seeing this here. Not at my home planet. I think we're going to design a medium defense platform. This is fine, just like this. And what do I call my light ones? Light defense batteries. So we're gonna say that.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
And we're just gonna build these here. Oh, we can build 10. Perfect, then we will build 10.
You heard him. We must increase the fleet.
Okay, our other locations, though, are going to be building small freighters. So if we go to our design, we go back to Destroyer, we can now select the police cutter, and we can also select the freighter. Now, this is the Destroyer version of the freighter, not the cruiser version. It won't make as much money as the cruisers will make, but it's the only thing we have available to us at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and research it. We'll keep it having the purple lasers. They can be raided by enemy, well, raiders. They won't really be able to defend themselves, but it's something. So we'll go ahead and just save this. Unlike everything else in the ships I design, I'm fine with this being called freighter.
This design will be saved for future reference, Vakona.
We also will want to build police cutters. Now, I think these relate to the morale on your planets, And I want to say these can help defend your freighters from raids a little bit better, but I don't know too much more about them. In fact, I'm not going to build any for a little bit. I'm hoping maybe someone can give me some advice as to how they work. And if not, that's fine. I'll look at the stuff up online over the weekend, so I'll be able to give more advice as to how they work in the next video I do, because I'll be playing this game again on Saturday or Sunday. Right, anyway, when you build freighters, you don't have to actually put them in a fleet. To my knowledge, once you begin assigning this little bar, once you begin moving it over your trade lanes, because you'll have ships able to take advantage of it, they will vanish and begin flying whatever trade lanes they're flying in. You won't have to. To my knowledge, you won't even see them. They're just doing what they do, bringing you back more money on all these planets, and we need it. So all of these places are going to begin building freighters.
Shipyards at your disposal, Arcona.
I can't remember. Is it 3 freighters per trade lane, or something like that? So to do this, we're going to actually use this screen in order to do the building that we want.
Yes, Arcona. We'll have the ships out in no time.
I'm going to build as many of them as I can in a single turn.
You heard him. We must increase the fleet.
On every planet. Why don't I do this off screen, everyone? I'll be right back. Hey, everyone. Okay. A whole lot of words were said, and I decided I didn't like any of them, and it's now been 48 minutes later, and I'm still trying to describe trade lanes in an adequate way which isn't boring to listen to and confusing to watch. It's been a turn and a little bit more since the last bit was recorded, and the video's already been like 50-something minutes long. I'm going to try to explain trade lanes as I understand them, having spent some time now looking at things for at least an hour or so. My goodness, but this is awesome. Okay, so we just designed a few freighters, and we built a few of these freighters on our planets. Freighters that are constructed are not added to a fleet. You do not have to manage them in that way. You can manage them a little bit, but I'm not good enough at the game to understand why I would want to. And you would do so on a different screen. And this screen actually contains some useful information, so let's go to this now. We've gained a new type of view on this map by going down here and clicking on this button down here, this toggle options. We now have a trade view. If we click that, we will see the view of all the different quadrants on the, in the system, in our galaxy here, and which ones we are interested in, and which ones are secure. Secure ones are marked in green. Unsecure sections are marked in red, like this section right here is not locked down. We are unable to safely put freighters into that section. When you click on a planet in this view, you will see all of the potential used and shutting down trade lanes associated with that planet. So it's been a turn and something, everyone, which is why we have red trade lanes. But the idea is this. A trade lane which is established or establishing itself, is not new, will be, I think, white in color? A new trade lane that you want to start will be green. Inactive trade lanes are blue, and ones which you are assigning right this turn will be green, showing that you want to start that. We can see that here we have some... Oh, okay, hold on, I'm jumping all over the place again. These little lines here represent a single trade lane. We can, or trade route. We can see the trade routes up here that this entire sector, this thing right here, supports. It supports up to 12 total routes, 9 of which are located on Kesosram, 3 of which are located down here at Kepono. Each trade route will consume some of the resources, the production capability of the planet to secure that trade lane. I believe permanently as well, maybe for maintenance. We'll find out in a few more turns when these are hopefully established. We can see the status of each trade lane from this view as well. We can see that we're shutting down Badoon and Cetus because a turn passed and I didn't understand what I was doing with the slider, and now I have a better idea. We have these which we made already, and in 3 more turns these will be established. Until they are established, they will only pull in $1,000. Once they are established, though, they'll pull in more. We can find that there's 3 assigned to Capono and 4 assigned to Korhakan at the moment. And Capono doesn't have any of its trade lanes going to other planets itself at the moment either. So one more time, this slider lets you lets you put your production capability into trade. And a single trade route or trade lane can support up to 5 freighters. We already have 7 freighters built here on 2 trade lanes. If I was to lower this by 1, we'd have extra freighters not assigned to anything. So we totally, because we have 7 freighters, we totally want to bring this up to 10. Now, because as well, there are a total of 12 routes, this means that we would want 60 total freighters in this area to bring back the maximum amount of profit that we could for this area. Freighters are very expensive to build and will take some time in order to bring back the cost of making them. I believe in order to see a return on the freighter investment for Atarka, a freighter must exist for 20 turns. So we've only just started this. So at easily 3 more sessions before this starts getting profitable. Now, you can go and look at the actual trade lanes themselves by double-clicking on one of these locked symbols, and that will bring up into highlight, as you can see, all the planets which are capable of trade in that sector. And if we hover over here, we see that they're interested in trading to, for some reason, this planet, which I don't understand why, but they totally want to do that. And we have another unused trade lane going up here to that planet, which is Archon. And Archon itself has all of these places it's able to trade to as well. So what I've done off-screen is my sliders were moved to realistically support the amount of freighters currently in the system. Now, this is not the only view, and this view is kind of confusing, but gives information a different view does not. This view is the only view I can find at the moment, which shows you the status of the trade lanes themselves. So one more time, if I was to go to back down here, I can look at those trade lanes in this sector and see what their status is. I can see that the trade lane to Capono needs 3 more turns, Korhakan needs 3 more turns, and these ones are all shutting down. I'm not interested in maintaining them at the moment. Now, there is another view we can go at to look at this data. It's a little less data, but it's more easy to view it and manage it if you don't care about the actual how much longer these trade lanes will last for. If we go here, we have a new tab, Trade. Here, we can get a view of all the sectors and the planets which they're operating in. We can still see the number of freighters total, 7 in this case, currently assigned to the sector. We can also see this number in parentheses, 3. This means that we're building 3 more freighters at the end of this term, which will be added to this sector, bringing the amount of freighters running these 2 routes to 10, which is the most that we could have there. We would want to have another trade lane established by moving a slider up another point if we want to begin building additional freighters for this area. You can also select a planet and just click Build Freighter to add a freighter to the build queue easily. So when I last talked to you, I was going up here, clicking on the colonies, and clicking on each colony, going to its build queue and building the freighter. But this is so much easier to do. And so I highly recommend you do that instead. Why would you want to build some freighter? Why would you want to establish some trade lanes rather than others? Well, as you can see, this is establishing this much trade from this planet, as opposed, like this percentage of its production capabilities being used, as opposed to this one. Also, planets which are large planets, which don't have much production capability, you probably don't care very much because you're not going to be building a lot of ships there, as opposed to a real workhorse planet, which is pumping out endless amounts of troops. You might not want to have as many trade lanes established there. Anyway, that's what I discovered about Faster Than Light economics. So one more time, we have all these different sectors which have now shown up, and we can view them in that one view. We can also view them here. A trade lane is considered to be new when you move a slider over one, and you must have at least 1 freighter to be able to run that trade lane. A trade lane or trade route can support up to 5 freighters total. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build freighters up to, I'm not going to move these sliders over until I have a number of freighters total in the sector equal to the maximum amount per route. So in other words, I won't bump any of this up to establish a 3rd route until I have 10 freighters, because hey, that's the amount of total freighters I need to run 2 routes up to maximum. And I'll be doing this now at the end of all my turns as well, in addition to what I'm currently doing. Again, freighters are very expensive. A turn ago, or maybe 2 turns ago, but I think just a turn ago, I had $4 million. Now I'm down to 2,533,000 already, because I am desperately building freighters to get them online as quick as possible so I can make money off of these trade routes. And to my knowledge, freighters pull in less money than, destroyers pull in less money than cruisers do when it comes to freighters. So keep that in mind as well. We're going to build a lot of destroyer freighters, but I will be leaving some trade lanes open for the potential in the future for cruiser versions of them instead. Okay, hopefully that did explain Fast and Light economics in an adequate way. If anything is still confusing, it's probably still confusing to me, but you can go ahead and ask some questions, and I'll try my best to answer them. I view trade as a very important aspect of the game because it's potential money that you really want to take advantage of. Money means quicker research, which means better technologies, which means you're punching your fist with your fistful of ships into your enemy planet's faces as often as you can. And I believe I will now be attempting to colonize even more planets because I now see a reason to colonize any planet that doesn't have a lot of resources in it. Like, I'm probably going to go back over here to Cassandra now. I'm very interested in taking all the planets I can to establish trade lanes for more revenue. Okay. Thank you again, guys, for watching. I'm going to cut it out here, and I will see you in the next one. If you have any questions, please ask down below. And if anyone's confused, maybe someone else can describe faster than light economics a little better than I can for sort of the stars in those comments. Okay. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and thanks for watching.